Hi, Ms.Pink is back. We got some things to talk about. We're gonna be reviewing the Four Brats album, Uno the Activist's most recent album, Anicya's most recent album, Party Next Door's most recent album, Sexy Red's most recent album, Chief Keef's most recent album, Sad Boy's most recent album, and the show that we're going to be reviewing is The Bear, because I just finally watched it and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna start with Uno the Activist because he's at the top of my list. What's the name of his album? Okay, so actually when I went to Uno the Activist page on Apple Music, first there was something called Music Before Music, and that was cute. I liked the song Back in That Mode. Then he dropped Omega Music Volume 1. It's a vibe. I could say it's a vibe. Futuristic Swaver, of course, that's my go-to jam. I don't know, Uno the Activist, I've been quite a big fan of him actually for the longest of time. He always has very nice sexy girl rap bops to me. So yeah, it was cool. Have I went back and listened to it? Nah, I've gone back to listen to my favorites from both of those albums, mixtapes, whatever you want to call it. But because it's not like a super spinner for me, I'm gonna have to give the album like maybe like a 6 out of 10. And I really wish he would market. Like, I wish he was into marketing. I wish he was into like social media, because literally, I said this on Twitter, I was like, you literally never know when he's dropping an album. You just check his page and it's like, boom, new music. Crazy work. Princess Pop That by Anicya. Let's really talk about it. Princess Pop That was a vibe. Princess Pop That is still being spun to this day, first of all, so I can tell that's going to be a great album going into the summer. My favorite off of that is going to be Eat with her and Kenny Beats. Chef's kiss. Kenny Beats gets on an album and always shows his ass, and I love that. I feel like sometime soon a conversation about producers of our era being Mitch, Cash Cobain, Kenny Beats, but those are my top 3 right now. We need a conversation. A conversation needs to be had about the producers of this era, because they gets down. And like, even with Cash Cobain, he's literally everywhere right now. Like, he's having a moment, he's having an era, but he's literally also creating the sound of this era. Like, it's insane. But back to Miss Anicya. I don't ever see a bitch at the ATM. Like, come on. Like, just steady bops for the summer for sure. Steady cute girl bops. Bad bitch. She got her own nice chill cadence. I love her voice. It's very chill. It's not too much. It's perfectly fitting for whatever vibe. Whether you going out, whether you chilling, you driving through the city, whether you on your way to get your bag. So I'm gonna give that album, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I had no complaints. Back outside. Party Next Door. Let's talk about this slut. I'm sorry. I'm not playing. Let's talk about this slut of a man. Anyway, Party Next Door. Oh my gosh. Talk about the king of timeless music. PND 1 and PND 2 came out like a decade or two ago and can still be played to this day. I will say PND 4 is also going to be on the timeless scale for me. Like, so good. Such good storytelling. I love the theatrics. I love the dramatics. I love the skits. He essentially had a threesome and then shit went left, child. And you know, I presume that that's typically how it goes. My favorite on that album is Stuck in My Ways and Cheers. Just cause it's like, stuck in my ways, I wanna change, but everybody has their vice, you know? I wanna change, but this is just so good right here, right now. And Cheers is just like the little feel good, reminisce type of song. Lose My Mind. That sample, hate that. Yeah, just real good album, real good storytelling. I'm really into that. I really like a story I can follow, and I feel like he did not disappoint when it comes to his self-titled albums being like super timeless. And Party Next Door 1 is one of them, bro. Like, I don't care where you are, what's going on, you could put on that album, everybody singing along. You could put on that album and it's going with the mood. Like, chef's kiss. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Can't give it a 10 out of 10 only because the storytelling kind of puts it in a way where it's like you can't play it at any time, anywhere, the way you can do with the other albums. But everything has its place, you know? 4 bats. Okay. I truly hate that he dropped his album during that whole Kendrick and Drake tomfoolery, because let's talk about R&B, baby. Let's talk about getting back to the real R&B. Like, he's really giving the girls that real, like, play this outside your window through the speaker box type vibe. And I'm loving it. Like, such a good album. If you haven't taken the time to go listen to You Made Me a Star, tap into that. Tap into that. Favorites are gonna be Fucking You. It's just too good. I really love, like, the duality of him. Like, you see him, he has this like street persona, this like, you know, but then you listen to him and it's like, oh, you singing like they was back in the day when they was begging for their women. When they was begging, he's bringing back begging, y'all. I'm telling y'all, please tap in. He's bringing back begging. You know how long we've been begging for the R&B boys and girlies to bring back begging. He's on that. I'm telling you. I watched his, you know, Apple Music, they do the little documentaries on new artists, and I watched him just talking. He was just like, where he's from, you know, a lot of dangerous stuff be going on, but the people respect that he didn't even take the time to make music about that. Like, he making music about love and emotions and just like internal feelings. Like, he's taking the time to talk about that in an environment where people don't normally do that. And I love that. And yeah, it's really good stuff. Like, I think you'll like it. So yeah, I'm gonna give his album a 10 out of 10 also because you can play it straight through. All vibes, no skips. Next on the list is Sexy Red. Babe, I love you. You my everything. You know, everybody got their time and place. Each artist has a time and place for when they should be played. I feel like Sexy Red on this album specifically made songs for specific events in people's lives and specifically for different TikToks. Is this an album that I would listen to every day? No. Yeah, this album is very like, I'm here for the streams. I'm here for the TikToks. I'm here for the social media. Like, that's what it gives me. My favorite is You My Everything with Drake, of course. Babe, I love you. You my everything. Driving fast cars and we switching lanes. Like, what? She do got a track on here with Will, not Will I Made It, yeah. Mike Will Made It called Outside. That's got a different like upbeat type of vibe to it that I'm really fucking with. But outside of that, like, she got a song called It's My Birthday. Obviously, you're gonna play that on your birthday. Get It Sexy is on here. Boss Me Up. Like, she got different songs for different vibes. It's just like, you play Sexy Red when you want to hear Sexy Red, you know? That doesn't need any more explanation. What will I rate the album? I'll say a 7 out of 10. It has the bops that it has for when I need to hear that. Chief Keef. So, I'm not gonna lie. I have not even made it all the way through this album. I made it like halfway through this album and I was in the gym. And there was nothing else I needed to, like, I know that I don't have to finish this album to know that it's fire. That it's insane. That it really puts you in that mode. It really puts that battery in your back. My favorite song that I've heard so far is Jesus and Treat Myself. Bitch, I wake up in the morning, spark up blunt and be myself. Take a look up in the mirror, I just wanna squeeze myself. All that bitches so much new to I couldn't even see myself. I never need a bitch, but I will always need myself. Like, come on, man. Come on. He was talking that talk. He was spitting, bro. Coming from me, somebody who, like many other people, I'm sure, but like on this self-love journey, like it's so funny to me when rap like addresses mental health issues in its own way, because this is on my like boost yourself type of playlist now. It's like, yeah, I wake up in the morning and I treat myself. I ain't never needed a bitch, but I always needed myself. Like, come on, Chief Keef. Look in the mirror, I just want to squeeze myself. The Leo in me, I'm sorry, the Leo in me ate that up. So yeah, the album is super good. Don't depend on me, you need to talk to God. That's what I'm doing. So you should try it. He spoke real shit. Every song on the album, he's talking that real shit. And you know what? I've never been like a diehard Chief Keef fan. I will not lie to you. This is my first time really sitting and listening to a Chief Keef album. It eats. He ate that. I'm gonna give this album a 8 out of 10. Only because I haven't gotten all the way through it. I'm sure there are some skips maybe here or there. I hope there aren't. But from what I've already heard during leg day in the gym, this will be a spinner for the summer for sure. Lastly, for albums, I have the Sad Boy album. It's called like Bear something. I love her down, y'all. But what I'm about to say. Alright, the Sad Boy album is called Bear Chat. A disclaimer, I love Sad Boy down. That's a bad bitch. And she can make a hit. I don't like this album. Only because I feel like I'm listening to the same song 11 times. And Sad Boy, I just know she is a bad, diverse bitch. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I hope that was a label decision that was forced upon her. Like, I hope that wasn't going on in her brain. I don't think it was, though. Like, I feel like when I look at her artistry and like the way she like promotes her work and like just does everything she does, I'm like, oh no, I feel like you got some tricks up your sleeve. I feel like you could do this vibe, you could do the Caribbean vibe, you could do the R&B vibe, you could do the pop vibe, like you can do whatever vibe. And then on top of that, maybe this album just isn't for me, because I am not a Caribbean person. Maybe it is for her people, which is like respect. When you start the song, the first 30 seconds of each song sounds the exact same. It's the same beat, it's the same cadence, and it's like, I don't want this for you, Sad Boy. You have so much potential. Like, I don't want this for you. Now, with that being said, she does have her bangers on there, which were also her singles. Slide is, of course, one of them ones. Aki is cool. Let It Ring with Cali is a little bit more upbeat. I'm fucking with that, but I want her to be more diverse. So I'm gonna give that album like a 7, more so 6 out of 10. I just wish there was more diversity coming from her on this album. The show that I'm gonna review is The Bear. I watched it and I really liked it. I really liked the dynamic and storytelling of the characters, like Cousin, how he starts off really shitty, but over time you see like he has a heart, he can care about something. Like, I love that. Carmen, yeah, Carmen, he cool and all, but that boy need help. And I don't like when shows like have to force romance onto something. I feel like him having a girlfriend was super forced. My nigga, this restaurant is falling apart, and you have relationships inside of this restaurant that you can build off of or like dig into. They just had to make that man have a girlfriend. Mind you, they could have shook the table a little bit. The girlfriend could have been a sous chef. The girlfriend could have been Sydney. Like, come on now. But no, they had to force this relationship, and he worried about, is this bitch his girlfriend? Nigga, your fucking restaurant is about to open in X amount of weeks and it's falling apart. Sorry, I just feel like with that they was losing the plot, but I leave them alone. One of the directors and producers of the show is the same guy who directed and produced Atlanta. I don't want to chop his name, so I'm gonna put it right there. Oh, he's a Cancer. Hiro Muari. I hope I said that right. But he was a producer of this show. It makes sense when you look at cinematics and like how the story is being told, and like different attention to detail and different points of views that are highlighted. That's right up his alley. The creator of the show, Christopher Storer. I love that he created the show. I love that he had this idea, just an insight to what it is to be a family business and what it is to have something left to you very abruptly. I really enjoyed like that storyline. I felt like it was pretty fresh, and it was a fresh view of like a cooking show almost, because while the show did follow the story of these people, of these characters, it did not neglect that it was a cooking show. Like it wasn't a cooking show, but that they were owners of a restaurant cooking a majority of the time. And it's like they also had these moments where they're highlighting the food and like how beautiful the food can be, and just like making that really cinematically pleasing. And that was really, really nice. As somebody who loves to cook and like loves presentation, watching other people do it was really nice. I'm really excited for season 3. Hopefully that happens. And yeah, that was my overall review. I know it took a long time, but I wanted to like get in some new stuff and get in some old stuff that I missed. But that's all I have. Until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. I am out of here.